IKEA relationship test fail. So last weekend, my partner Sam and I decided it was finally time to buy a bookshelf. You know, the kind that claims assembly required on the box, but what it really means is test the strength of your relationship and the flexibility of your moral compass. We picked up a flat-packed IKEA unit, feeling optimistic and only slightly threatened by the word mobiler on the box. Sam insisted we didn't need the instructions. How hard can it be? It's just wood and screws. Famous last words, right behind "Hey, watch this." We open the box, and immediately there are no less than 486 pieces, a bag of screws labeled Fjordor, and an Allen wrench that looked suspiciously left-handed. Sam, who is left-handed, claimed this was a sign of destiny. I, who am right-handed, claimed this was a sign that we should have spent the extra $50 for delivery and assembly. We started enthusiastically, but by hour 2, we'd built what looked less like a bookshelf and more like a small Scandinavian bridge. The cat, meanwhile, was using the styrofoam packaging to construct her own fortress, possibly with better structural integrity. By hour 4, we'd switched roles. I was now in charge of reading Sam's mind for the next step, and Sam had started negotiating with the Allen wrench like it was a tiny, metallic hostage. Our living room was a graveyard of planks, dowels, and the lingering hope that we'd be able to fit all our books somewhere above ground level. The instructions, which we pretended not to need, were now being used as makeshift coasters for the rapidly accumulating empty coffee cups. At some point, Sam began referring to the bookshelf as the Swedish Enigma, and I started cataloging our mistakes in case future archaeologists ever unearthed the site. 6 hours later, we stepped back to admire our work. What stood before us was not a bookshelf, but what could only be described as a modern art sculpture entitled Existential Dread in Particle Board. Sam declared that it was avant-garde, while I declared that I'd never trust a left-handed Allen wrench again. In the end, we didn't get a bookshelf, but we did discover that the only thing IKEA really assembles is a lifelong argument, flat-packed and ready to ship.